How many of you have had poetry come alive? Inspiration through poets' words, like Mary Stevenson wrote in 1936, never know their far-reaching effects. Different versions of footprints in the sand exist. Reflect with me with these most powerful words. One night God and I walked on the beach. Scenes of my life flashed before me like lightning in the sky. Sometimes a flash revealed two sets of footprints, sometimes one. This troubled me because it was when I was most lonely or hurt most deeply that I saw one set of footprints. So I said, Lord, you promised me you would always walk with me, but during my most trying hours, I saw only one set of footprints. The Lord replied, my child, when you saw only one set of footprints, I took you in my arms and carried you. Beginning with a vision from God, after reading the poem, local artist Bob Harness was inspired to sketch the magnitude of its words. Knowing that it should be brought to life, he set forth to create a miniature sculpture. Presenting his vision for this creation to be much more than a small statue, he met with Dr. Kirby Hill, president of the Panola County Ministerial Fellowship, and Gene Campbell, who recognized what a blessing our area could bestow if this monument were to be built in our community. Don Clinton was asked to pose as the model for the body of Christ. Models were sketched and projected onto this 15-foot wall, which was built by Bob Johnson and his sons. A great deal of mathematical skill was involved to ensure lifelike accuracy. Welders, David Goodwin and John Patty, volunteered their skills to create the framework. Bob's vision of the face of Jesus Christ and the compassion which is shown was sketched to scale. Using donated foam allowed him to stack and glue and carve to the likeness of his vision. Sealing with hot wax and applying clay shows the many levels of skill in creating art. Emotions are captured and then details added to each section with the thought of it all coming together in one beautiful monument. This has driven many to take part in seeing this come to fruition. Bob Harness and his sidekick, Robert Pope, recognized that sometimes humor got them through some head-scratching moments. Intricate details are time-consuming, yet so necessary to bring the work to life. Billy Graham once said, there are many forms of evangelism. People from Mexico, Taiwan, Colombia, and from all over the United States have visited and worked in the Harness studio located behind his home on Ray Street in Carthage, Texas. Assembling the sections to make adjustments requires much help from others. So far, God has provided for needed supplies. John Kane has donated many materials for the construction. Trying to save money and needing more styrofoam, even KGAS Swap Shop advertised, and within minutes a response from local Matt Buchanan saved the day. School children have benefited from being allowed to understand the concept of mold me and make me, as they were invited to Harness's shop to learn the techniques needed to create this monument and then have hands-on experience which they never will forget. Over 100 people from all walks of life, church groups, organizations, or even friends gather together and have been graciously welcomed to assist, each inspired by the message this monument represents. In order to ensure accuracy along the way, Matt Buchanan brought his tree service trucks and workers to stack the puzzle pieces together. This most passionate craftsman needs a nap. Why, even God rested one day. Since January 2012, Mr. Harness has been dedicated to seeing all facets come together to be completed by June of 2013. Land has been generously donated by the Pippin family on the corner of the Southwest Loop and Dixie Lake Road. Nestled in our East Texas pines, people from all over the world will be drawn to view words coming to life. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Beauty is its own excuse for being." Each of us should construct each day with the thought of the legacy we'll be leaving the world for the next generation. Maybe you have a skill or service which could be given to help complete the project. From land clearing to landscaping, stone masonry, and willing laborers, we not only need money, but participation in all phases to see the beauty of the footprints in the sand monument come into being. Sands shift, footprints are erased, but this monument will remain. How can your footprints be placed in the sands of time? Join us to ensure that this beautiful monument will become a reality.